Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 10th May. A journey through time of 10th May 2025, Saturday. Today is that is 10th May, highlight in history. 1688. King Narai nominates Petracha as regent, leading to the revolution of 1688 in which Petracha becomes king of the Ayutthaya kingdom. 1713. Great Northern War. The Russian Navy led by Admiral Fyodor Apraksin landed both at Katajanuka and Heitanhalti during the Battle of Helsinki. 1768. Rioting occurs in London after John Wilkes is imprisoned for writing an article for the North Britain severely criticizing King George III. 1773. The Parliament of Great Britain passes the Tea Act, designed to save the British East India Company by reducing taxes on its tea and granting it the right to sell tea directly to North America. The legislation leads to the Boston Tea Party. 1774. Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette become King and Queen of France. 1775. American Revolutionary War. A small colonial militia led by Ethan Allen and Colonel Benedict Arnold captures Fort Ticonderoga. 1775. American Revolutionary War. The Second Continental Congress takes place in Philadelphia. 1796. War of the First Coalition. Napoleon wins a victory against Austrian forces at Lodi Bridge over the Adda River in Italy. The Australians lose some 2,000 men. 1801. First Barbary War. The Barbary pirates of Tripoli declare war on the United States of America. 1824. The National Gallery in London opens to the public. 1833. A revolt broke out in southern Vietnam against Emperor Minh Mang, who had desecrated the diseased Mandarin Li Van Duet. 1837. Panic of 1837. New York City banks suspend the payment of specie, triggering a national banking crisis and an economic depression whose severity was not suppressed until the Great Depression. 1849. Astor Place Riot. A riot breaks out at the Astor Opera House in Manhattan, New York City over a dispute between actors Edwin Forrest and William Charles Macready, killing at least 22 and injuring over 120. 1857. Indian Rebellion of 1857. In India, the first war of independence begins. Sepoys mutiny against their commanding officers at Meerut. 1865. American Civil War. In Kentucky, Union soldiers ambush and mortally wound Confederate trader William Quantrill, who lingers until his death on June 6. 1869. The first transcontinental railroad linking the eastern and western United States is completed at Promontory Summit, Utah Territory, with the Golden Spike. 1872. Victoria Woodhull becomes the first woman nominated for President of the United States. 1876. The Centennial Exposition is opened in Philadelphia. 1881. Carol I is crowned the King of Romanian Kingdom. 1899. Finnish farm worker Carl Emil Malmelin kills 7 people with an axe at the Simola crop in the village of Klaukala. 1904. The Hodge and Sir Motor Wagon Work AG is founded. It would eventually become the Audi Company. 1908. Mother's Day is observed for the first time in the United States in Grafton, West Virginia. 1916. Sailing in the lifeboat James Caird Ernest Shackleton arrives at South Georgia after a journey of 800 nautical miles from Elephant Island. 1922, the United States annexes the Kingman Reef. 1924, J. Edgar Hoover is appointed first director of the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation and remains so until his death in 1972. 1933, censorship in Germany, the Nazis staged massive public book burnings. 1940, World War II, German fighters accidentally bombed the German city of Freiburg. 1940, World War II, Winston Churchill is appointed Prime Minister of the United Kingdom following the resignation of Neville Chamberlain. On the same day, Germany invades France, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom occupies Iceland. 1941, World War II. The House of Commons in London is damaged by the Luftwaffe in an air raid. 1941, World War II. Rudolf Hess parachutes into Scotland to try to negotiate a peace deal between the United Kingdom and Nazi Germany. 1942, World War II. The Thai Phaip army invades the Sun States during the Burma campaign. 1946, first successful launch of an American V-2 rocket at White Sands Proving Ground. 1961, Air France Flight 406 is destroyed by a bomb over the Sahara, killing 78. 1962, Marvel Comics publishes the first issue of The Incredible Hulk. 1967, the Northrop M2F2 crashes on landing, becoming the inspiration for the novel Cyborg and TV series The $6 Million Man. 1969, Vietnam War. The Battle of Dong Epibaya begins with an assault on Hill 937. It will ultimately become known as Hamburger Hill. 1975, Sony introduces the Betamax video cassette recorder. 1993, in Thailand, a fire at the Kader toy factory kills over 200 workers. 1994, Nelson Mandela is inaugurated as South Africa's first black president. 1996, a blizzard strikes Mount Everest, killing 8 climbers by the next day. 1997, the 7.3 megawatt Cayenne earthquake strikes Iran's Khorasan province, killing 1,567 people. 2002, FBI agent Robert Hansen is sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for selling United States secrets to Russia for $1.4 million in cash and diamonds. 2005, a hand grenade thrown by Vladimir Arutunian lands about 20 meters from US President George W. Bush while he is giving a speech to a crowd in Tbilisi, Georgia, but it malfunctions and does not detonate. 2012, the Damascus bombings are carried out using a pair of car bombs detonated by suicide bombers outside a military intelligence complex in Damascus, Syria, killing 55 people. 2013, One World Trade Center becomes the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. 2017, Syrian Civil War. The Syrian Democratic Forces captured the last footholds of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant in Al-Tabaq, bringing the Battle of Tabqa to an end. 2022, Queen Elizabeth II misses the state opening of Parliament for the first time in 59 years. It was the first time that a new session of Parliament was opened by the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge acting as Councillors of State. 2024, start of the May 2024, solar storms, the most powerful set of geomagnetic storms since the 2003 Halloween solar storms. Thank you very much for your patience. Requests for like, share and subscribe.